Hello there, everyone. Today we're doing another party figure, and this is the worst one I've ever reviewed so far. And I am saying that because honestly, I like how it looks, but the transformation on it makes me wanna die inside. I'm not joking. It's really bad. That's why I didn't even film it. I wish the thing was so much better. Now, the thing I'm talking about is the Iron Factory FXO72 or Chaos Blaze. Now, this is technically the Fallen slash Megatronus. However, they made two more versions uh, of of this character. They have made Chaos Raven and a version, which I think is pretty cool. They're getting two more variants. But man, oh man, the thing is good looking. But it has so many weak points. I really wish I'm suffering from the inside. Now that thing normally retails for at least 55, so like a leader class. I bought it. Well, I bought it from the I think Shoshi store if I remember that correctly. I bought it for 33 because I had some of the credits, and if you have credits, you can use it to buy a figure. Now I did not know how big this was because when you look at the page, they don't show you how big it is, which is kind of a problem. I mean, for here, is that's not good because they don't tell you how big it is, and they put question mark, and that's not very good for me. And let's see how it looks, and they don't have information for it. I suffered enough for it, so I'm not going to suffer again. So, let's look at it. At the robot mode, and then the tank mode. Yeah, I hate it now. Okay, now let's take a closer look at Crimson Blaze. Man, I will say the sword you do get with them is really good and massive. It's really the size of the Fallen in some terms of it. This figure is it is third party from Iron Factory, so it is yes called Chaos Blaze, but it'd be just called yet again third party. So yeah, it is based on the Fallen or Megatronus, and you do get a lot of stuff like extra hands, a stand, which is used for something, which I can see what is for. But I think I'm waiting for something else over here. Now, the accessory wise, like I said, you get two small hands. Yes, you do get hands, and yes, it's Betty parts forming. Two small hands, two fifth hands that are regular size, a gripping hand for the left and right, and open palm hands for the left and right. Now, they do look pretty good. However, trying to take them on and off is a nightmare because the ball joint on it is so tough. You're gonna move a table or two, and this ball or the thing that's on will move the damn thing. But you get it; it looks pretty good, especially when you have two open hands. This thing's a nightmare to deal with. This is not even transformation part of it. The transformation is even worse than this. It's even more nightmarish. And I want to say they look pretty good. I think it's not the best version of the Fallen. I will be real with you. It's not the best variant, and not the best looking version of the Fallen. I know they did show off the Fallen for the Age of Primes, and I think that's pretty good looking. This one is okay looking. I like how it looks. However, you can tell it's not that big of a figure. But let's look at the tickly first before we do the side comparison because, dear lord, things small. You do have double jointed arms, which does work. A full rotation, which is actually pretty good actually. A lot of the flame effects too, and some of these do come off, which is I think is necessary for certain things of it. The legs are not double jointed, which is fine enough for me. They kick up this far if you can move the skirt up, and this back piece doesn't move as much. I don't like that part about it, but okay. These don't get out of the way. These are on a ball joint, so be careful when you do play with it. It may pop off. They pop off like that. It's hard that way. But it does pop off, or you pick, or you do take it off. You do get more motion within the legs. The skirt is its own thing, and just get out of the way, and it is for animation purposes too. So that's pretty good. The head is on a ball joint. It's not that loose. It's actually pretty solid, pretty tight. You know, there is a ab crunch, but it's not okay. It's not weak, but it does show itself not much detail, and that's the articulation you already get though. Oh, and the ball is on a ball joint as well too. So it's the foot pivot. It does have foot pivot, and I think that's pretty good and necessary for some figures. However, you don't need the sword on. You gotta pop the end cap here, put the thing on, and it holds the sword. And yes, the sword is the K&N too. I will say that part. And I would say it looks pretty good with it. It just was a little too loose in certain figures' hands. And it does take time to take it off because it is a nightmare. And there's no weapon storage at all. I'll be real with you. There's no weapon storage. I wish there was, but there's not. And I would think there's some issues I have with it. First off, some parts of it like the pop open, and they're not solid, and there's no tabs to clamp it closed, or some of these flame parts right here would, well, I mean, like I said, they do want to come out. And these parts right here at the arms do this if you don't put them in correctly. Which is ridiculous because, man, you want to pose or play with it, you can, because it will do this a lot. And they don't tab in either. And the slightest. And so you need to figure out how to do this. But the leg will stay, and these do open up as well. However, they do open up a little too easily for my liking, I'll be real here, due to the legs being a little more gappier. But I will say, if you do fill it in, it looks much more better. But man, when I look at the size of this thing, because dear lord, small enough as it is, Shockwave, you'll Prime. I'm gonna see a little puck for a second. Sorry about that part. Master grade. Primal. Let's get like a pair. Let's do the transformation. Man, I hate this part. It is a nightmare. Let's look.
1 hour later.
I'll be honest here, I'm not good for transformation. That's too much of a pain in the hoo-ha, and I am not doing it today. Now, I would say Tangled is pretty decent looking. Not bad. I've seen worse. And I do like how I like how the barrel looks. You can still aim it up, down, and tank stuff. But man, I wish the transformation would be easier. I would love it. So that's where it's wise. Alita, Bojack, RC. I'll get some fun last on this thing before suffering more. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. But certain parts of it feels like a wet noodle. Certain parts of it suck. But man, I wish I could say I loved it. I really wish I did. But the transformation kind of makes me don't like it as much. I like how the figure look. I like all the orange of it. Hell, it looks fantastic. But when you get to the transformation part of it, you just don't want to transform it because it's even harder to get to the tank mode to get how it looks. But man, I really wish they did much better with it. Sorry. And that's my issue with it. It did the transformation for it, and I have read it 3 or 4 times just to even get to know what it is and how to transform it. And it just like I watched a video from Toys or Russ, and even for him, he's like, this figure it's not worth transforming. But if we're getting as like a side thing of like, oh, I didn't, it looks cool, but that's it though. It's like a figure or tank mode. But trying to transform it into either one of them, you feel like you're gonna suffer from the inside. But I will say from the tank mode to the robot mode, it's much more easier. That's the only best part about it. When you go from tank mode, it's like from the tank mode to the chain for the robot mode, it looks more better in the robot mode when you transform it because you're just technically just. The only thing I would do is take off the arms, redo those, return the body, and that much more easier. However, I'm worried about one thing. Is just the orange parts on the legs right here. Those are the only issues I have, which I have never pointed out. But that's one thing I really am worried about because clear plastic, if you know over time, does not go well over a few years, and that will break if you're not careful, or if you're gentle with it, you might break it, and that's not good. I'll be real here. So, would you buy this figure? Say no. Please say no. But if you want to buy it, I'll probably put the link in the description if it's still active. I don't know if it is still active for you to get this figure. If it is, go at your own cost. You want to suffer as much as I did. So yeah, have a good day, and everything is on my link tree. And that's in the description if you want to know where I am on social media. So yeah, I'm out.